Hello, everybody!
Hello! We're waving.
I'm Drew from the Ditwicks.
I don't know what's happening.
Whoa, why am I so much faster now?
I'm Mike from Lessons with Mike.
Oh, I'm Zach.
And today we're going to be talking more about the MCU universe.
The Municipal Credit Union.
Raisin, how do I get rid of this thing in the corner?
Hold the all one.
Oh!
Hold
I
it.
made it worse. Okay,
hold
there we
it.
go. I don't like when that appears.
Last week we talked about the suck.
The absolute worst of the MCU.
Now
and
we're going to talk about the less suck.
We're going to be going up on our list. So the next one I have on my list is the first Thor.
Good, solid.
Okay, and this is I'm on my C tier list now. So like we're out of the completely bad.
Wait a minute. Weren't you people offended when I said Thor?
Well, yeah, that was in the worst video.
That was in two.
We're in the decent video.
That was
now.
only 2 movies ago on my list.
Well, I was still offended, but
I don't care.
yeah, this movie's all right. I liked how funny he was when he threw the glass on the floor and was like, another.
I'm glad you... I feel the same. It's good.
We talked more about that movie in the last video, so I won't go too much in depth, but I feel like it was a decent movie. There's just so many better movies than regular Thor, though.
My next one is... What was the last one I talked about? I think it was Black Widow.
Where you at? Are you
'Cause
going up or down?
I'm going up. I already talked about Love and Thunder, but it was way down here.
You talk about Black Widow.
I did? So Captain Marvel's next. Yeah. Captain Marvel's next. It was uninteresting. It was unappealing. I found it to be rather boring. And they did this thing, right, where it was in the 90s. So they put in all these cameos from random MCU characters that happened to be around in the 90s, like Korath and Ronan and Phil. But they were only in there for like 3 minutes. I don't know. It's kind of lame.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
He's talking about Captain Marvel.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
What movie were you thinking of?
I was thinking like, who is Phil? And I was like, oh wait,
Phil!
I was like that guy.
You know, Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Ron Paul. Ron Paul as Phil.
Dude, put Ron Paul and Phil Collins in the MCU.
Dude, honestly, like,
Let's make our own MCU with actors we like. I'm gonna do Jack Black for Captain America.
I want this man. He's fat. He represents America.
Yeah, he's obesity.
That's my captain.
We're gonna do Riley Reid as Zach gets it.
Riley Reid.
It's funny because Drew doesn't get it.
I get it.
Oh, he does get it. Okay.
He's been outside. I think he gets it.
I understand things outside of this room, Mike. Acting like everything's an inside joke.
All right, Zachy.
I can't believe he said
You know, everything's an inside joke if you're indoors.
That is true. Zach, what's your next one?
Oh, my next one
You're gonna be a good
is
dad.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay.
So, it's not the worst Spider-Man movie, but it's not great either. I like Vulture. Michael Keaton as
Yeah,
Vulture
that
was
was.
great.
Oh, yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah.
That was really good. Why is MJ look like she hasn't bathed in 6 years?
Yeah.
It's so just...
Well, it was to represent her carefree attitude.
I don't like how he's basically just an Iron Man fanboy, though.
Yeah, that was kind of lame.
That was weird. Most of the movie is kind of boring, besides the fart part.
The fart part.
I'm having a stroke in this entire video.
It's
The
okay.
part
it just
where
started.
he fights Vulture. That part's really good. But besides
I do
that,
like that, yeah.
the rest of the movie's boring.
They teased Scorpion and then never did anything with him.
That is true. Why,
Oh, yeah,
why
that
did
did
they
happen.
not do anything? They were leading up to a Sinister Six movie, weren't they?
No.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, with Vulture.
Well, now they're doing
I feel
it
like
in
they
the
keep
Venomverse.
doing that. They did that with Amazing Spider-Man too. It's like, oh,
now
it's coming.
Now Vulture's part of the Morbius world for some reason.
Yeah, he's in the Venomverse.
Well, you could explain. Well, Venom got stuck in their universe for a little bit, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, they did nothing with him too.
That is,
Well, he
that
left,
is true. Why did they
No,
do
he
that?
left part of himself.
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of weird decisions that I feel like they made. It's like, we're gonna do something. No, we're not. We're gonna do something. No, we're not. We're gonna do Scorpion. We're gonna do Venom. Nah, don't feel like it. It's like they change directors like every single
We're
movie.
getting
It's like we don't want that in our
is what we're
movie.
getting.
Cinematic blue balls.
Do you like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's better than Homecoming?
My ranking.
I'm asking Zach.
Cause I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I
Yeah.
thought you were looking at me.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
you're
looking at
opinion
Zach.
isn't it? No, I like all the Tobey Maguire movies and the first Amazing Spider-Man. And honestly, I might even throw Amazing Spider-Man 2 better than Homecoming.
Really?
Homecoming
So
What do
is
you
just-
mean you might?
Homecoming is just boring. At least the other ones, things happen.
I disagree. I thought it was a pretty good take. I thought
Flash
it was
is
funny.
not supposed to be some school
I hated
boy.
the Flash. Why is the Flash a
Flash.
mathlete?
Yeah, Flash.
Why
is
is
supposed
that
to
a
be smart.
thing?
Flash is supposed to be like a jock character.
Penis Parker.
Well,
Get it? Comedy.
that's more
He
of
said
like
genitalia.
we're thinking of Gen Zers, okay? When I think of a Gen Z bully, that's what I think of. I don't think of a jock anymore. Jocks are like, they don't exist anymore.
Jocks, that's just boomer stuff. Like,
Yeah, like
but
we're in a
not
different
boomers.
we're in a different generation now. Gen Z bullies, they're really small, weak, and they just say a lot of annoying things. So this is Gen Z Flash.
but just imagine this Flash as Agent Venom.
Ooh.
Just contonder that for a minute.
That wouldn't
okay?
work.
I'd
That
Yeah,
wouldn't work.
it doesn't work.
I'd
What's
rather
up, penis Parker?
have Joe Manganiello. Bring him back.
I think you just butchered that man's last name.
I will say this is the most character we've ever gotten from a Flash character on screen.
That's
and I
true.
want less.
Well, it's only like 5 seconds of like acknowledgement though. Like at the end of Spider-Man 2 is like, oh, is my parents not coming? And it's like, oh, okay.
But then
that- that's it.
that never went
No.
anywhere. No Way Home.
It still can though. They're making more Spider-Man movies.
I hope so because I need the mysteries of Flash's family to be
Spider-Man
fixed.
4 is confirmed.
Yeah, they've already said
Yeah,
that.
freshman year.
So like his character's
Yeah,
not
no,
done.
no, not that
They're
one.
leading
Live
up to
action.
something with him.
Yeah,
Freshman year's not canon.
No.
Freshman
Well,
year.
That's not canon.
Freshman year.
I don't know,
Freshman year is not canon.
Charlie Cox is Daredevil, though.
I don't think that's canon.
It's so weird
man.
with Daredevil.
But
I don't know where to put Daredevil in MCU.
Daredevil is so good. My favorite part of Daredevil is when Kingpin just destroys this guy's face with a door. Just like slams his head in the car door.
My
over
favorite part
and
of
over.
Daredevil is when the Punisher kills the pedophile.
I love that part.
That's
Dude, the Punisher is so violent, and if it's not
I
just as
love
violent,
the Punisher show.
the amount of unbelievable violence when he takes the guy's face and scrapes it across the broken glass. Oh, perfection. Peak cinema.
I need to watch. I need to watch Punisher. I've only seen like 2 episodes of Daredevil, but you showed me some of
You need to watch
Punisher,
it.
and
It's
that
so good.
I actually did really like what I
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah. It's the whole show is just him killing people violently. It's great.
That's what Punisher should be, though.
Yeah.
It's like they
Family
actually understood.
cinema.
They understood the project.
You need to watch the Dolph Lundgren Punisher.
What's that?
You know who Dolph Lundgren is, right?
No.
You know who Dolph Lundgren
Yeah,
is?
he played the Russian in Rocky 4.
He hasn't seen
I
Rocky.
haven't seen Rocky 4.
Okay, never mind.
I've
This
seen
man-
Rocky 3. Is he in Rocky?
No, he's not in Rocky 3.
Okay, well then
Have
I
you
don't-
seen Creed 2?
No, I haven't seen
No, it's Creed 3 that he's in.
No, it's Creed 2.
No, it's Creed 3.
No, Creed 3 is Jonathan Majors.
Hey, we're not talking
What?
about the Creed verse.
the Creed first. The Creed VU.
We're not talking about the Rocky verse.
Anyway, so Dolph Lundgren plays the Punisher in like the 90s. It's
I'm
pretty
glad I
good.
know that now.
Yep.
There have been like 5 actors who've played the Punisher. I think more than any other Marvel character.
The Thomas Jane Punisher is really good.
I feel like Spider-Man would have to be the first on that list.
Spider-Man has had 3 actors.
No, you got to include the Japanese version.
And also the cartoon versions.
Drake Bell, best Spider-Man.
Yes.
What?
Let's
What?
talk about
Yeah.
Drake Bell.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
It was the Dragonfly, but it was implied. It was like a
No,
It was
no.
a Spider-Man parody.
He did play Spider-Man for 6 or 7 years
Yeah.
in a show called Spider-Man.
Was this,
Yeah, it was a
was
Disney
animated?
Channel
Yeah,
one,
it was
wasn't
animated.
it?
Okay, I didn't know
yeah.
that.
my
I
God.
didn't
like-
know that actually.
It's like one of the ones Disney did.
It's not good,
I
but
thought
No,
you guys
it's
were talking
not.
about Dragonfly because like it's obviously the Tobey Maguire movie
Dragonfly?
parody.
This was before the groomer stuff, so it's
Yeah.
okay.
well, that was never really confirmed.
Yeah,
I
that.
thought it was.
I mean,
No.
just because he pled guilty doesn't mean.
Wait, he pled guilty.
He
I
did
thought he
plead
didn't.
guilty.
I thought he didn't
No,
plead
he
guilty.
did plead guilty.
Drake Bell?
Yeah, he pled guilty.
Remember when he just disappeared?
And then he was like, guys, I just left my phone in the car.
Like, what? Who does that?
Disappeared. When?
They pulled up a missing persons report on him like a few weeks ago because they couldn't find him, and he just left his phone in his car.
That's weird. Did he get
Like next to a kindergarten.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was weird.
strange. I think it's whose turn?
It's Raisin's turn. It's Raisin's, yeah. Because Zach was Homecoming.
Yeah.
not okay now. I didn't know about that.
You didn't know about any of that?
No.
I didn't know you didn't know that he was on trial for anything.
No. When was this?
This was like
Pretty
6
recent,
months
yeah.
ago.
Wow.
Are we the only ones that pay attention to the news?
I think it's just us.
I
Yeah.
think we're the only people who.
Why
like,
are you
unlock
excluding
our
me?
phone- unlock
I
our
literally
phones
knew
every morning.
everything.
I don't care about the news. If it's important, I'll know about it.
Well, then you would have known about Drake Bell being a groomer.
You know,
like
wasn't-
what?
Like
That
him and
point.
Josh are not friends. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I feel like they were friends at one point, and then Josh decided to break it off.
Because he was like, "Yo."
I don't like how you
No.
talk to those kids.
Josh is good looking.
No, they were gonna do a spin-off series called Josh and Drake, and then
Wait, I'm sorry.
What?
yeah, they were gonna. I'm not making this up. And Drake in real life, he has a lot of Mexican fans because his music's really popular in Mexico for some reason.
Heck yeah.
And Josh wanted to direct the first episode as Drake being a failing musician who gets kidnapped by
Mexicans.
the cartel. And Drake was like, no, that's kind of racist. Let's not do that. And Josh was like, no, we're not making the series unless I can direct it that way. And then they just disagreed and they broke it off. I don't think Josh is as good of a person either.
I need them to do what they did with iCarly, where they made it more adult, but it's not Drake and Josh, it's Joshua and Drakery. They use their full names. That's what we need. What's the full version of Drake besides Drakery?
No, wait,
Drakery.
what's the what are the rip-off Drake and Josh? Is that what?
Drew
that
and
one-
Jerry.
Drew and Jerry! Bring
Wait.
back Drew and Jerry!
Wait, what's this?
This was an episode in Drake and Josh where they found a friend who's like their brother, but better in every way. Like, instead of guitar, he would be like playing saxophone. He was like amazing at it. And they were so popular in that episode that they got their own TV show in that universe.
in the show.
Yeah,
I've
and it was a
never
Drake and
heard
Josh
this.
parody. Yeah, it's a good episode.
Have you seen Adult iCarly? It's pretty funny.
I
not-
want to, but I haven't.
There's
seen
a lot
it.
of naughty words in there.
Oh my goodness.
I don't like
Uh,
that.
That's got to be weird seeing for the first time. If you go straight from iCarly
They
and then
say
like,
tinkle fart.
Spencer says, "You can bleep me out there."
I'm
bleep out what
sorry.
you said in real life.
Well, no, I made it easy for you. You don't have to edit. I just made a noise.
Raisin, what was your next one?
Black Panther 2.
Okay,
You
yeah,
said that so aggressively.
Bet I did.
it's fair. Like I said, it's a weird project to handle.
Yeah.
That was a money grab.
I feel like that too, kind of. It's like, can't we just honor his memory without, pulling the heartstrings at all the cash givers? Like,
Every string they pull on is $1 more in their pocket.
it's like I kind of, I want the actor to be remembered and like, but this felt more like we got to make Black Panther 2. Black Panther 1 was so successful. We can't just not do it. I don't care if the actor's not alive anymore. Let's make this movie.
Let's CGI this man.
And that's what I kind of felt like. So, but like I'm trying not to think that way because I might be misreading intentions. But like, I don't know. Usually people aren't as good as they seem to be.
A wise man once said, money, 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 money. That's exactly what that movie was.
That is true.
A wise man once said, if you could dodge a wrench.
But Raisin, what's your opinions on that movie? Like, we're out of the worst tier list, so like this is the bottom of your C list. So
Sure.
you like it more than most movies or some movies.
Some movies. I thought it was okay. I liked Namor. I
Yeah.
did like him.
He was a cool villain. They made a guy with feathers as feet actually cool in some way. Like he was awesome, like destroying all those helicopters and stuff.
I know, it was fun.
You haven't seen the movie yet.
I have not.
Okay, well you missed that really cool action
Spoiler,
sequence.
he had feathers on his
I know
ankles.
Namor has feather feet.
But they actually look good on him. Like
Yeah.
with how lacking the MCU has been in the last few movies, I thought it was going to look absolutely stupid.
Did they make Namor a mutant?
Yeah, I don't think they ever mentioned that.
Because he's supposed to be a mutant.
How did he get his powers again, Raisin? I kind of forget.
He was born under the water.
I mean, like, he that part's not mutant. Like, he's Atlantis or whatever, but the mutant part is his leg wings.
Ankle
The ankle feathers. That's the part that makes him a mutant, the ankle
I
feathers.
kind of feel like I have to see the movie again just to
Does everyone
understand
have
his
ankle
back-
feathers or
No,
just him?
Just him.
Yeah, because he
I
said...
think Shuri cut him off though.
Did
Can't
she?
remember.
Do they grow back?
I don't know. I don't think we got to that part of the time.
I don't know. Like, I was like, this is the part of the MCU where I wasn't invested anymore. Like, I was growing out of it because I'm like, I was tired of being disappointed over and over again. So I really don't feel like I tried to remember a lot of parts of the movie.
It was an emotional movie.
Very emotional.
Like at the start, near the end, and Shuri like accepting becoming the Black Panther.
I kind of liked the ending, like her finally just, letting it out instead of like trying to hold back her feelings, getting rid of her anger, and then it just goes to like sad music and like it focuses on the flames of the fire.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like I kind of liked that. That was a good cinematic.
I would have
sequence.
liked M'Baku and
M'Baku.
Yeah,
M'Baku.
It's M'Baku.
M'Baku. I would have liked him to have a greater role.
He should have been Black Panther.
I think so, yeah.
I do love M'Baku. Winston Duke.
He was my favorite part of Black Panther 1. But anyway, Drew, I think you're next.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
I have Iron Man 1 for my next one.
What is wrong with you?
Bro, we're out of the worst tier
That
list.
should be in your top 5. That is one of the best ones.
Listen, we're in the part where I just prefer other movies more than this one.
Iron Man 1
It's
so
not.
low.
I didn't dislike it. It's still C. It's in the mid. It's mid.
He saw the beginning of the MCU and just went, eh.
Well, listen.
Iron Man is a great character study.
Yes.
Dude, I'm not saying I disliked it. I'm just saying, like,
He is a great character. He's my favorite character.
it's a good origin. I love that he was able to make a suit while being kidnapped by terrorists. Like, that's pretty cool.
I
And,
love how he killed them all, too.
It was great.
I love how it didn't do this whole nonsense about, oh, we're my hero, we can't kill people. No, you gotta kill people.
Yeah, like,
it was great.
I really like his character in that, but like, it's still just an origin movie. It's him becoming Iron Man. So there's not like this huge, hey, there's this big villain that's really popping up in the world that I gotta stop. No, it's more like he has a villain that's a counterpart to him. He also wants to be an Iron Man. So he tries his best to make someone else make him an Iron Man.
Yeah, what was Obadiah doing? Why did he want
His
this?
little scooter?
Yeah.
What was...
the Ironmonger.
Ironmonger?
Ironmonger.
Yeah, what was his deal?
He wanted to sell weapons to terrorists.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and Iron Man was like, since I got kidnapped by terrorists, I kind of don't want to
Probably
do
not
that
the best
anymore.
idea.
He's like, what do you mean? We make so much money. And like, that's a very
money.
that's a very basic plot for a villain. Like, it's realistic, but like,
That's
it's
what
not,
makes it great.
It's not Ultron.
Especially
It's not
when he
Ultron.
whips out his ginormous robot monster.
When the dude comes
That
up
was
to
pretty
you and
cool.
says, make money, you make money, sir.
I liked
I got that reference.
I liked the
Yeah.
way he beat the villain at the end, because like
When
it showed
he flew high.
it showed him earlier in the movie, that problem with getting too high
Learning.
altitude and like not being able to breathe and it's too cold up there, and knowing that his suit would not support that. Like, that was a cool way to end off that villain.
Yeah.
Do you guys not remember Iron Man 1?
I do remember it.
remember,
Yeah.
yeah.
He remembers it.
I remember
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You guys acted like you didn't remember
I'm
that
just
part.
shocked your opinions are that bad.
Yeah.
What? It's a good movie. It's listen, like, there's just so many Marvel movies, and I like 75% of them. So now I have to rank them and how, like, what would I watch first?
I'm still
That's
in
the
the
part
ones,
of the list we are at.
What tier list am I currently in? I think I'm in the... I'm still in the this is a movie that exists tier.
So that's like C. That's like C tier.
It's like a mid tier.
My next one is Captain America, The First Avenger.
Okay.
And I wished there had been an actual fight between Captain and Red Skull, and not Red Skull just getting the cube and disappearing. That was kind of a letdown. Oh, but it was peak cinema.
I mean, they do tussle a bit.
They tussle. And one thing I don't like about the Captain America films is a whole point of Captain America is the Nazis and Hitler. They kind of lean away from the Nazis and like Hydra, but Hydra's,
where was Hitler in the movie?
Hydra are supposed to be Nazis. Like, quit not making them
They're not
Nazis.
hiding that fact. They are Nazis.
But it's like not something that gets talked about. Like, I don't know. If you make
Do you want every other word to be Nazi?
like let it be known that these people are Nazis.
I feel like Hydra is more of a threat than Nazis.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're almost worse.
Hydra was like using mythical powers to
They were
bring
using
down
the
like
cube.
their enemies.
They were using shapes.
The Nazis, what? They had like guns from the 40s.
I didn't like the whole musical number thing. I thought that was kind of
What?
weird.
That
But
was,
he punched
I
it,
like
or-
that part because it's like they were treating him like an actual comic book character instead of a real hero with real powers.
Yeah.
And like they even used his real costume from the original comics.
That was kind of
and his original shield. I love like
I do
when
love
they-
the original shield.
I
yeah.
love when they pay attention to detail. It's like that shield's not practical, but they still put it in the movie. And it served a purpose that was still non-practical. I like that.
His script was on the inside of the shield.
Yeah.
I hated it.
I love how they were able to use his same face on the little person.
Yeah, that was really good.
Based on
Especially
all
for that
the
time period.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't they... what did you do wrong in Doctor Strange
they
2?
filmed this during World War II.
What did you do wrong in Thor 4?
This movie was
Like,
made in the 40s. Like, how were you able to do
That's
this?
crazy. They had color back then too.
Zach, what's your next one?
The first Ant-Man.
Okay.
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but I remember the first time I watched it, I got so bored that I ended up just pulling change out of my pocket and just
Oh my
counting it.
god, how do you get that bored?
I was just like, oh, one
This was
penny, 4 pennies, like...
This was a new concept that we haven't seen in a Marvel movie, like shrinking
The
and
concept
growing.
doesn't make
like,
sense though,
It's-
because
Shrinking and growing.
here's why it doesn't make
I
sense.
know what you're gonna say. It's because the mass should stay the same no matter what size you're at. And
Exactly.
that's how they
You're
explain
about
it in
to
the
bring
movie.
up the tank.
Yep,
aren't you?
the tank.
But like, if you kind of have to break the laws of physics because otherwise he's just normal man. He has a normal punch no matter what size he
Oh
is.
man,
Who works at Baskin Robbins.
that's Ron Paul.
Because the laws of physics, though, if like you take all the force of your punch and keep that, but shrink yourself, the force will be exponentially increased, even though it's the same force.
What?
But what about when he's small?
Yeah, his punches are going to be more devastating when he's small.
Why?
Because he's smaller, so it's that same amount of force, and it's like imagine.
Oh, it's kind of like, same amount of force, but smaller makes it more like a bullet. 'Cause
Yes.
then it's all in one spot.
Okay, you're talking about like if I punch you right now, like right here,
Yeah.
it's gonna be dispersed between this whole area.
Yes.
And you're saying because he's smaller, it's gonna be like
Yes.
Yeah, that
yes.
makes
this
sense.
One die.
But that also means he would be stronger as smaller, because if he got bigger, now it's like if he punches you straight down, it's going to be a normal punch but spread across your whole body.
I'm not a physicist.
He's also slower.
I love how he tries to sound smart, sciencey, and he's like, well, I'm not a physicist. No, it's nothing to do with physicistery.
I-
Like,
Physicist history.
Phys history.
I like the plot of the first Ant-Man because it's like you have this Iron Man-like character who's obviously smart, but he's choosing to put his faith into someone who's basically kind of stupid, and he gives him this weapon of mass destruction to use to just what does he have to steal again? The serum?
he's got to steal. Also, Yellow Jacket is kind of one of the worst villains.
You mean MODOK?
Yeah, MODOK.
Oh, God.
I love MODOK.
I like MODOK.
My name is Darren, and I'm not a dick.
I thought you didn't see Quantum
I
Man.
haven't.
What?
Yeah, I've seen
he
that
he
scene.
watches in bits and pieces on Disney Plus.
There is no difference between
You need to
MODOK
watch that full movie.
and
I think you would actually like it.
the
though.
bad guy from Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
If you
Prove
like,
me wrong.
if you like serious
George
movies,
Lopez,
this movie's more serious.
Mr.
Is it really?
Electric.
Yes.
Mr. Electric and MODOK
It's
are the
mainly because
same
of Kang,
character.
because they don't want any
Prove
funny
me
moments
wrong.
with Kang at all.
Good. It's a shame that he's gonna be recast.
Robert
Yeah.
Rodriguez had a budget of $4 and a pack of raspberries, and he still had better CGI in Shark Boy and Lava Girl than they did in Ant-Man.
Bro, I
3.
think you need to watch that movie.
You need to
again.
rewatch Shark Boy and
You need to
Lava
watch
Girl.
that movie again.
Everything is in front
Go
of a
into
green
Dreamland.
screen.
It looks wild.
They don't even use the right lighting in Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
I
it's
love
like
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
they use
a
white
classic.
lights on every green
I
screen.
have
Like,
seen that movie at least 20 times.
It's a classic. You can't.
dude, like, I used to like it too. I'm surprised it was good enough to get McDonald's toys.
You got
You remember that?
Dream,
Yeah.
dream,
Dude,
dream,
remember
dream, dream.
Spy Kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember when Spy Kids was good before they ruined it?
The first two Spy Kids are peak cinema.
I
I
actually
like
like
the third one.
I like the third one
Yeah,
too.
it has Sylvester Stallone in it.
The third one
It
sticks
does
out
it.
the most
Isn't
in my
that one
mind.
when they were in like that game world and they were
and it has Elijah Wood.
The-
It does have Elijah Wood.
Third
Yeah.
The second one's my
No,
favorite.
that was the Which
And
one?
the second-
Which one's the game world again?
The third one.
Yeah,
And
okay.
the third one's good because the girl's not in it.
That girl's low key. I mean,
Loki.
low key.
Low key.
Low key what?
Low key, you know. You know,
You
just saying.
can't say she's attractive. She was like 13 in that
When
movie.
I was 13, I found her attractive.
Oh, okay. I swear, that's going to be your defense in court. You're just going to be like, sir, in my defense,
I was 13.
I'm basing this on a
Sir,
13-year-old's
Sir,
mindset.
I promise I was 13.
I guess that's fine to leave in.
Did you think
If
she was
we ever
attractive
get
to 13,
popular,
Zach?
there's like so many like
Answer
parts
the
of these
question,
videos
Zach.
where they can just take out of context.
Answer what question?
When you were 13 and you saw Spy Kids 2 for the first time, did you
Uh-huh.
think she was attractive?
I thought the mom was hot. I'm telling
Yeah!
you right now, I was in it for the mom. Straight, just...
Selma
you know,
Hi, Mom.
Huh?
Selma Hayek?
That's not Selma Hayek.
Are you sure?
No, I'm sure. It's not Selma
Are
Hayek.
you sure?
I'm 100%
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
I will bet my firstborn on that one.
Whose movie are we on right now?
Spike? We're on some of Spy Kids
Who
now.
brought up Spy Kids?
Oh, no, because I said that Mr. Electric...
Okay, so it's not. It's someone else.
Yeah. No, Mr. Electric and MODOK are the same character. Prove me wrong.
It's just because they have a big head.
It's the same character.
Her?
Yeah.
Is that the mom?
Yeah. Look at her like 20 years ago.
Man, those movies really are that old.
We just made Jason a believer.
Raisin, what's your next one, Raisin?
I think it's Ant-Man 2.
Nice, nice.
I mean,
No, you mean Ant-Man and the Wasp.
yeah, that one.
Why
That's
did they
Ant-Man
have to, like, include her name in the title? It's still an Ant-Man
Did she
movie.
do anything in that movie? I don't think she did.
She shrunk like he did.
She's a made-up character, too.
She is. Hope is supposed to be the Wasp, not Janet.
Janet?
Hope was the Wasp.
I mean, Janet is supposed to be the Wasp, not Hope.
They're both the Wasp.
Just like Hank Pym was the first Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Why did Michelle Pfeiffer get older in the quantum realm? Was that explained?
Why'd Bill Murray get older?
She wasn't in a time thing,
Did
Time
she sleep
vortex.
with Kang?
No, she did not.
allegedly.
No, she didn't. It never alleges to that. She probably did with the Ghostbuster guy, Bill Murray.
Did Michael Douglas get upset
About what?
that she slept with him?
No, because he slept with other people too. He saw other people.
Yeah, he understood. He was like a non-toxic husband. He was like, yeah, I understand.
I'm sorry, what?
And he's like, I want to go see other people too.
No, okay.
Yeah.
We need, in the MCU,
Polygamy.
What?
the Mormon Cinematic Universe!
We had Captain America.
Now we need Captain Mormon.
Captain Mormon?
Played by Mitt Romney.
Dude, okay, you know that Captain America, Ant-Man movie? It's just
Ron Paul.
Ron Paul and Mitt Romney fighting Nazis. Okay,
Yes!
Oh my
okay,
God.
but who's Wolverine?
Ooh.
Bernie Sanders is Wolverine!
I gotta teach you a lesson.
Give me your money.
I am once again asking for your adamantium.
My God.
Oh my god. This is why you can't get a bunch of people with ADHD, like, just
Yeah.
together, like, doing a podcast, because the
I think-
rabbit holes we will go down.
Am I the only one diagnosed with ADHD and I'm actually staying on track more than anyone?
I probably am.
To be fair, I'm diagnosed too.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah.
I refuse to get diagnosed. They can't tell me what's wrong with me. Only I can.
I think I'm fine.
I think you have autism.
You went to therapy.
Oh yeah? I
I
think you're gay.
think I'm on number 21 on my list. Iron Man 3.
Boo.
You disagree with me? It's mid-tier.
Iron Man should be above Iron Man 3.
It's Iron Man
What-
3
Michael,
is
what if I told you it's the same Iron Man?
it's Iron Man 3 is the I don't know. Those are really hard to put on the same list.
No, it's not.
I mean, Henry, come on.
I do like the origin.
Who the
I
heck is
think the reason I put Iron Man 3 above it was mainly more Marvel characters and the suits were pretty cool.
Wasn't Henry the kid from Iron Man 3?
The best line in any
I think
Marvel
so.
movie is in Iron Man 3, where the kid is like, my dad left, and Tony said, well, dad's leave, you don't have to be a pussy about it.
that
Yeah, that's pretty good.
was I love his character so much.
Was his name Henry?
I think it was Henry, yeah.
Yeah,
I actually
think it
liked him
was.
dealing with his panic attacks in that movie too. I know we talked about that already, but
It was a good use of mental health in men in movies you don't see often.
that is true.
Were you
Okay.
crying? Like, what was happening?
I think he was yawning.
Okay.
I was moved to tears by the performance.
I
It
can't
was-
believe
it was
he had
so
panic
beautiful.
attacks. I finally have a male character that has panic attacks in a movie.
I feel represented.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that was mine.
My next
Great.
one is Thor: The Dark World.
Okay.
Holy.
Harley?
That was his name.
Oh, okay.
It was Holy.
Yeah, I think we already talked about it. Loki good.
Wait, which one?
Dark World. Loki.
Oh my
Loki was
God.
good.
They liked Loki's development. I did like I said, I already mentioned this in the last video, but I liked them breaking out together. That was kind of funny.
And they
cool.
killed Freya.
They did.
They did kill Freya.
I didn't think I would care that much, but I care retroactively.
Yeah.
Retroactive.
I listened to the music of when she died when I sleep.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
To be fair, it's on a playlist of a bunch of sad songs.
You know how most kids like watch? He watched,
Mike, dial
Conflict.
it back.
That's fine to say.
Act like you're talking to a child.
That's the problem. Is he is. That's the worst part about it.
Act like you're talking to Drew's mom.
There you go. Yes, please.
Okay, that can do that.
That does zero reference for me.
Act like you're talking to a strong Christian.
Act like
woman.
you're pretending to be Mike. That's trying to talk to my mom.
Love talking to your mom.
Thanks.
Your mom's great.
Thanks.
I really like your mom.
I appreciate it.
Like your mom's really cool.
Okay, you might need to dial it back here a second.
What am I supposed to say? I appreciate you liking my mom. Mike, what's your next one, Mike?
Nothing like people saying.
My next
like
one was
mom.
Dark World. Yeah, now
Oh,
it's Zach's
yeah,
turn.
Zach, what's your next
hold on,
one?
pull up my
Oh,
list, Michael.
we gotta pull up the list.
Alright, so my next one, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay.
So, Ant-Man 2. I thought it was better than Ant-Man 1, only because it actually had comedy in it.
Yeah, it did have a lot of comedy.
There wasn't really a whole lot in Ant-Man 1, and plus at least Ant-Man 2's villain wasn't Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
I don't know,
You
Yellow
really
Jacket.
hated Yellow Jacket.
I hated Yellow
Why
Jacket.
did you hate Yellow Jacket so
Because,
much?
okay, with every other villain, they're either, like, evil, but in, like, kind of like a cool evil kind of thing, like even, like, Gore. You were like, okay, you're cool, so I like you as a villain. Or they kind of present themselves as good because they're maybe, like, idealistic or whatever. But, like, Yellow Jacket, he just shows up and he's just like, yeah, shoot the homeless. Like, he immediately...
Well, I don't think it was that much. He wanted this war of... He wanted this device of essentially destruction for military uses.
You know how forgettable he is? I don't even remember that.
He was just like,
I
he's
liked
just...
him more than Ghost.
He's just evil for the sake of being evil, and he's not even cool about it.
No, it wasn't just to be evil. He wanted to use it for the military because he thought it would help them, like, you know.
He wanted to shoot
I
the
mean-
homeless.
I
That's
mean-
what the whole point of Yellow Jacket was.
Is that a real plot point? I don't remember that.
I want to believe that was the
I
plot
don't
point.
think that was the plot point.
I think you're
honest-
just making that up.
Honestly,
Lamb.
he would have been more of a interesting character if that was the plot.
I mean, he killed a lamb.
Anyway, Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Me? Okay.
Well, you could say he's like Jesus Christ in that aspect.
He wanted to
He
kill the
also-
homeless?
He told people to kill the lamb, too.
Oh.
So, Yellow Jacket is Jesus.
I mean, I think you can make a
Confirmed.
case for any
Oh
of
my
these
God.
characters being Jesus.
That is true.
Did I say Ant-Man 2? I did say Ant-Man 2 already, yeah.
I think you did.
Alright, then the next one is the first Iron Man.
You lame-o.
You're gonna do that every time Iron Man is brought up.
Yeah, Iron Man's one of the top 5. Easy.
It's just not, Michael.
These two were not held by their mother.
These
I
movies
think that's
were
what the problem is.
these movies were
my
made
parents
very
were divorced.
quickly to make the MCU.
What did you say, sir? What did you say? He's being inappropriate. It's not just me.
No, it wasn't inappropriate.
What did you say?
No, Zach and I just had a moment.
My parents love each other. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
No,
I wasn't thinking about your parents.
Like, Zach told Mike, like, you and I weren't held by our mother because we don't love the Iron Man movies because they're not good. And I just said, so he's like, they weren't held by their mother. And I'm like, oh no, my parents were divorced. Which is a true
Aren't you
statement.
the only one that grew up without a mother?
What? No,
Yeah, well, technically, he had a mother.
yeah.
You had a mother?
Everyone has mothers. I mean, you don't just
When
spontaneously
did she,
appear.
when did she like throw you away? What-
You know what Mike is?
What year was that?
Let me check my logbook. And
I want to know if she actually held you or not.
I mean, I'm sure I was held at some point.
Mike,
You just pop out your mother, and your mother's like, no, get it away.
Mike is just like the live action version of that Dr. Seuss book, Are You My Mother?
Oh.
Like, that's all it is. He just goes up to random things like this microphone. Are you my mother?
Zach is my mother.
The first thing he says, it actually is his mother, but she just says no. And then the rest of the book is just trying to find his brother.
He rolls over in bed, looks at his wife. Are you my
Are
mother?
you my mother?
She doesn't like you when I call her mommy.
Jeez.
Who went last on the Marvel movie?
It's your turn, buddy.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Alright, this is my last C-tier film, Winter Soldier.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. You think this should be higher, Raisin?
Yes, I love Winter Soldier.
I mean, this
It's
is
my favorite Captain America film.
this is number 20 for me. Wow.
This man
Yeah,
bases
I
his
thought
views
I
on
thought it
public
would be
opinion.
higher, but I like.
I base my views on what?
Public opinion.
No. Screw the public.
Well, okay.
Okay,
First
I mean,
off,
this is
that's illegal.
This is almost a B tier movie. Like it's close. I just felt like. What?
That was the most violent sip. You're just like this.
I thought it was something I said at first. I'm like, what did I say?
Oh my god. It was so loud.
It was aggressive. I feel threatened. I need a restraining order.
He said,
I liked the action of this movie. I kind of didn't need to see Captain America and Black Widow like flirt. Like I felt like that wasn't
Oh,
needed.
it was just friends. Friends flirt.
I know, but it kind
we
of
flirt.
Black Widow had a new boo every movie.
She kissed all
Yeah.
of them. Did she kissed,
I kind of. I don't think her character's supposed to be kind of a slut, is she?
No, she was just... It wasn't a slut. You can kiss
She was
people.
You
acting.
can kiss people. I don't kiss all of my friends.
I've kissed most
Well,
of my friends.
First off,
Most.
what? First,
If-
in many cultures, that is completely acceptable.
The kiss of friendship.
What?
Yeah.
Judas kissed Jesus.
You know, in the Bible, it's,
She's like
it's-
Jesus. Yep. Yep.
Michael,
You're absolutely
I even
right.
showed you. In the Bible, it says that you are supposed to kiss your homies good morning.
It's true. It says that. You must
That is
greet
in-
them with a holy kiss.
That is
Exactly.
that is in Genesis. I have read that.
Yep.
It said Jesus would appear and he will kiss you.
I'm gonna kiss you on the mouth.
All right.
My name's Jesus.
All right, off of religion.
He's gonna edit it out. It's fine.
He
We're just
might
to make
not.
his job
Listen,
harder.
I really don't want to edit these because this is going on, and I can't leave out when an egg hatches. So there's just going to be a bunch of quietness while this is going
Just
on.
mute that part. Yeah.
So like, the key is to not say these things.
okay,
That's the key to these videos.
I think a lot of things I've said are okay. Zach, on the other
I know
hand-
you think that, but the world disagrees with you.
I said one thing, Michael. You say something every 5 minutes.
What? No, hold on a minute.
Every 5 minutes, you're just like Googling. And you're just like, which one is it now?
Here's what happens. You say a bunch of stuff you shouldn't say, and then that encourages him. You are a bad influence on him, our guest.
You are a bad influence, Michael.
What did I do?
Mike, what's your next movie?
My next movie is
Enlighten us.
Civil War.
Okay.
This is fair.
The movie
Yeah,
was
that's
put
fair.
through a grayscale filter. There's no color in the movie. And there's trying to... It's not a war, it's a civil scuffle, if anything.
Civil scuffle. I mean, you're kind of right. What, this lasted, what, a day?
And they weren't even seriously fighting!
Yeah, they're like, we're still friends, right? Yeah. Which I kind of like that. I didn't want a serious, let's fight to the death, even though we're kind of still friends. It's like, The problem is, everyone was so hyped for the comic, Civil War. It's
Captain
like,
America
oh,
was supposed to die.
you know there's 100 characters in this, and it felt like Spider-Man as a character was rushed. Because, like, we have to put him in this movie, now that we have the rights. And it's like, they didn't really show how Iron Man found him or anything leading up to
You
it.
just found
On
him.
It's just-
YouTube.
He was on
They
YouTube.
found it, yeah.
He just appeared in this kid's room. It's like, this is you, right? It's like, Well,
Well, he appeared with
Huh?
his hand first.
like, if you don't know the character Spider-Man, which, let's be honest, everyone's going to know the character Spider-Man, but if you're trying to watch these movies from a clear perspective, it's kind of just weird that this kid appeared. Almost as weird as Ironheart appeared. It's like that her character didn't need to be there just randomly. This ain't about her. And it just felt so rushed just because they wanted to include Spider-Man.
They needed another team member.
But, like, here's the thing. It still wasn't a lot of Marvel characters. It was like, what, 5v5?
Also, Iron Man was right. I don't care what anyone else says.
Yes.
Yeah,
Iron Man was correct.
Yes.
Yep.
Why do you say that?
Because Captain America's whole point is we can't register superheroes. That's like an invasion of privacy. That's like saying
That's like saying, I want to be a terrorist. I shouldn't have to, like...
if you have the power to cause great destruction, you should like Hulk should be registered. I think.
This is like a police thing, pretty much. It's like, you can't just go around shooting people all willy-nilly. You have to have a reason.
Yeah.
You have to join the police force.
I don't know.
I was expecting a giggle from that.
But
You asked me to refrain from saying things, so.
You can laugh at my jokes.
But yeah, I think Tony made perfect sense because you have to have checks in place for these superpowered individuals. You can't have them just doing whatever they want.
Correct.
It's just being held accountable for your actions. That's all it was.
Yeah. And Captain was like, "No, this is an invasion of my privacy."
I want to destroy cities.
Captain is like the conservative in this scenario. It's like, nah, it's fine the way it is.
We can improve society. Nope, it's fine.
Nope.
Why'd you sound like
The 40s were better. Less taxes.
Actually, taxes were
Less
90%
taxes,
in the 40s.
more meatloaf.
90%?
Yeah. It was a Republican that did that.
Who was that?
Dwight D. Eisenhower. In the 60s.
That's why he was the most hated president of all time.
He's actually one of the most populars of all time.
I've heard he was hated.
Who did you hear that
Hey,
from?
I think you told me that.
Yeah, never listen to what Mike says
His
because
opinion
Mike's-
changes over a year.
Yeah, it changes weekly.
I'm consistent about some things.
Remember when Michael was head over heels for Donald Trump?
I went,
Oh,
to,
God. Let's not go into that phase on here.
I went to a political rally for the former
I
president.
still can't believe you did that.
Why not? It was a fun
I
experience.
couldn't believe you were doing that at the time of it happening. Like,
It was an experience, guys.
That was
Come
like-
I can't
on.
believe that he had one 5 minutes from my house.
You should have gone. It was a fun
No,
experience.
I hated it. I couldn't get to dinner.
my dad saw him that day.
Anyway.
But yeah, like all the roads were like blocked off. Like you couldn't do anything. Kind of sucked.
I hated it.
The rally wasn't very fun.
Zach, what's your next one?
Oh,
I've got your list right here.
Hold
buddy.
on.
I'm about to run out though, so.
wow.
Of what, battery?
All right,
Of
okay,
his
so my
list.
next one is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Okay.
Okay. It's better than Homecoming because stuff actually happens and we get to watch Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't take showers.
Does he really not?
And
That
he
might
still
be-
looks that good?
Someone told me he only showers like once a month.
That can't be right.
Let me look.
I'm
up-
sure what you heard is he doesn't shower every day, like maybe once every 2 days.
There's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you shouldn't shower
And
every
then
day.
And you
interpreted it.
you just make it more extreme. Be like, how can I make this guy?
Aha! Jake Gyllenhaal admits he finds it unnecessary to shower often. Direct
What's often?
quote.
Okay, what define
Often is not once a
Let me read
month.
the quote.
He's still an actor. He has to have dirt off of his face.
I find bathing to be less necessary, Jake Gyllenhaal said on August 5th.
Okay.
I also think there's a whole world of not bathing that is also really helpful for maintenance, and we naturally clean ourselves. I believe, because Elvis is wonderful, that good manners and bad breath get you nowhere, so I do brush my teeth.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all it seems to say.
I think you're only supposed to really wash your hair like once a week or something like that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to douse it in shampoo every day.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know that, so I feel like I ruined some of my hair.
But yes, I agree. Far from home.
How do you think I feel?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Raisin.
What?
Raisin.
What?
I think he's saying next for your list.
Ah.
We gotta go more rapido.
My
Rapido.
next one. What did I last say? Iron Man? First Iron Man? Yes, I did. Spider-Man Homecoming.
Too high.
Too high.
Too high.
It's
You're not gonna like my list. I haven't mentioned any of the Spider-Man movies yet.
It's number 20. It's not even halfway there.
Oh gosh, still too high.
Well, it was a bit better than the first Iron Man.
I kind of agree.
Someone's getting punched this podcast, and I don't know who it is.
I can't wait to hear the ones you guys like. I'm so excited for it. But yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming, it was meh.
Mike's gonna be like Thor 2's number 1.
I already said Thor 2.
Oh,
I haven't.
Iron Man 2 is number 1. Because
No,
it's Iron Man.
It
and
was
there's
it was
two
a
of
meh
them.
movie. Spider-Man was the first Spider-Man. Like, I honestly didn't really like it when I first saw it. I just didn't like the actor. I didn't
Yeah.
like Tom Holland.
It's because you really liked Andrew
I
Garfield.
love Andrew Garfield. He's still the best. And Tobey Maguire sucks. So,
Found out who's getting punched this podcast.
Lies. Unbelievable
he's
lies.
actually the worst. So, yeah, Homecoming, it was just a meh movie. It was fun, but like, I don't find myself wanting to watch Spider-Man Homecoming on a day-to-day basis. I'd rather watch something else.
With your opinion, it makes it sound like this should be lower on your list, but we're almost at B tier.
Well, most of these movies suck.
Am I talking to you? Me and Raisin actually believe most of these are good.
I mean,
I don't know why you keep watching these. It only took you 10 years to stop watching some of them.
Well, we're about to get to the ones I like, but
like, I would watch Spider-Man Homecoming before the ones I've mentioned. Before Iron Man, Ant-Man 2, Black Panther 2, Iron Man 2. I would watch it. It's just better than them. And also because I feel like Iron Man just had the redeeming thing of Spider-Man Homecoming for me. If Iron Man wasn't in it, then it would probably be lower. Is that okay, Michael?
yeah, that's fine.
I will say, like, some of the older movies, I feel like they're only lower, a little bit, at least for me, just because they've been out for so long. It's like, the time to watch them 100 times is gone and past now.
Yeah.
It's like, I know, like, you kind of grow disattached from something after them being out for so long. Like, I'm not still excited about Pokemon Gen 5.
But Arceus.
Now that 9 is out.
I mean, I kind of like Gen 5.
Huh? Arceus?
Yeah,
He's not in Gen 5. That's Gen 4.
the trash bag thing.
Trubbish.
That's Gen
Yeah,
5.
Trubbish, yeah.
Yes. I'm not excited for Trubbish anymore. So, like, that makes this ranking system a little bit harder. But I'll move on to my next one. We're now on the B tier list for me. Number 19, Black Panther.
What a
First
coincidence!
one?
It's my next one.
Oh, okay. So we can talk about this together then.
Yeah.
I will say, people really hyped up this movie. I think a little too much.
Yeah, I think it's definitely overrated.
I remember like there was only like one bad review when this movie came out, and the guy basically said, "I wish there were more fights where his helmet is on." That was like the only like criticism, and everybody bashed him for it. It was almost like a cult following. It's like, no, you can't say anything bad about this movie, period. And it's like, that's not fair for regular criticism. I mean, it's still a good movie. There's a reason why it's in B tier for me. I did like it. But people did overhype it, and one of the things I heard before I saw the movie was like, this villain is not like an ordinary villain. It's like the best villain ever in MCU. And it's like, well, he was still just a Black Panther ripoff, just like Iron Man's origin story had a Iron Man ripoff. Ant-Man's origin story had an Ant-Man ripoff as the villains, It's like, even Captain America has a rip-off villain of himself, and Black Panther was no different.
The thing about Killmonger that I really loved, and I put his villain up there as like one of the best, was because his reasoning behind it.
Which, yeah, he did have a better reason than most of these villains on this list. I did like his villain. I'm glad they brought him back for Wakanda 2 for a small scene. I know you haven't seen that. Wakanda Forever. I kind of liked how they got into depth about, he does have powers from the suit, but also he has these natural skills from this specific plant, and they try to involve ancestry and all that. But I feel like the overhype and people demanding that it have good reviews kind of ruined it a little bit for me.
I was unhappy with how Claw was killed because I thought he was one of the best villains that had been seen recently. He had a personality, he had a character, and then they just kill him.
Yeah, I wasn't too invested in his character, so I'm fine without it.
Yeah, I
but-
didn't care.
He was one of my favorite parts of Age of Ultron, but
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. He is,
For the 5 minutes.
that's only like 5 minutes of the whole movie.
and I really liked the whole fight scenes where it's him fighting M'Baku, and then he has to go back to him for help. There's a whole beautiful message in there about how it's important to be merciful and not to kill people all the time. Like, sometimes you just gotta give people a break.
Oh,
Buddy?
oh,
Buddy?
oh, 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 oh.
I'm kidding, we're vegetarians.
I think he's having a stroke.
I think you're right.
Anyway.
That's what we're gonna. That's what we're gonna call it.
I'm quoting M'Baku.
But yeah. I mean,
The rhinos were really cool.
I will. There was one part where
The total CGI rhinos, I love those.
I did not like the green screen when he's doing his original ceremony at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I could tell just a little bit that the background didn't match the lighting. And I noticed that while seeing the movie, and that was when I had a really high opinion of Marvel. So, I don't know if you guys noticed it. It was just a small thing I noticed, just because I edit videos all the time. I couldn't help but notice. Zach, what's your next one?
So my next one is Thor: Dark World.
This is a lot higher than I thought it would be.
Okay, so I know a lot of people hate this movie. However, it is the best movie with Loki in it.
Okay.
Avengers 1.
Best Loki. Now, Avengers 1 Loki is way more powerful than he needs to be.
But he has an Infinity Stone.
Yeah, but even still, like, there's no reason for him to be that powerful against 4 Avengers. But then Hulk one-shots him.
But he also has an army lended to him by Thanos.
Yeah, but they have a Hulk. I don't think you understand this. Okay.
Hey, even if you have a Hulk, you have like what, 1 billion like villains you have to like punch your way through before you make it to the main villain. That
And
still
he
puts
will.
that still like slows them down. Loki can do some damage while he's waiting to get to him.
I still feel like
He's not a
it
fast
might not be
character.
the most powerful Loki, but I think it's the best Loki. So it actually is like, oh, okay, there's like actually some good in Loki. He's not like full on like evil like he was portrayed in the first 2 movies.
Okay.
And they actually killed somebody,
Mhm.
Freya,
That's true.
for an actual purpose. Thor, there's way more action in the first Thor.
Mhm.
Now, Malekith was kind of eh, but I mean, Loki in the first Thor was kind of eh. I mean, it was alright. The
Yeah.
Frost Giants were okay, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Thor's not really known for its good villains. Like, Gore was probably the best villain.
Mm.
And that's
Correct.
kind of bad.
Such a waste of a good villain.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, Gore was probably the best one. However, you actually got Thor and Loki. Like, more
Working
like,
together.
yeah.
I did like that. That's my favorite part of the movie.
It was
Yeah.
so good.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, Raisin, your next one.
My next one is the first Avengers.
Oh wow! I'm surprised this is number 19.
That's really low, buddy.
Technically, for this one, it is number 19. Never mind.
Why is it so low? What's wrong? Are you okay? Were you not loved as a child?
I was very loved as a child. That's probably why it's at the halfway point.
It's still not high enough. This is easily a top 5.
It's actually just not, Michael. Because I went back and watched it. The acting in it is kind of scuffed.
Who is
I don't-
scuffed?
I didn't think so.
When Phil
He's
gets
making up
stabbed,
words. Mm-hmm.
look at the way he falls down.
I'm not watching a movie going, man, that guy died.
He
And
got
like,
down on the floor really poorly.
Yeah, like,
The
He
way-
could have felt better.
That is, yes, he could have. If I'm stabbed, I'm not gonna lean up against a wall and go,
oh,
That-
whoa.
Have you ever been stabbed in the gut?
Yeah, you don't know what the reaction is.
Yeah.
I feel.
If
Christopher Lee knows.
if something
does.
stabs completely through me, I know for a fact falling on the ground isn't going to make it much better. I kind of want to be on my feet as long as I can before I crumble to the
I
ground.
don't think I want to because I feel like that hurts more.
I would like stand up and lean back if possible. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I
Well,
wouldn't just fall down like, oh!
Well, no, it sucked.
It's like, I give up. My
You know,
life
we
is
kind of
ended.
all forget that he killed Phil.
Yeah.
I've never forgotten.
Like,
Well, no,
Phil-
technically
He
no.
never,
Phil
he
lived.
didn't kill Phil.
Yeah.
But like, they know
Is
people.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. real, though?
It's canon, but at the same time, they know people aren't going to watch it, so they don't bring up Phil at all for the rest of the MCU, just for the fact of well, now they aren't really Avengers because they didn't avenge anybody.
Yeah,
they
it's
avenged
like,
someone who
nobody
lived through the
cares.
process.
Well, I mean, I like the first Avengers because, I mean, it's classic. All the boys get together.
Yeah,
And
it's
one
hard
girl.
to get offended now. We're in B tier list.
Yeah. It's like a classic movie. That's really all it is for me. Just a classic, cliche Marvel movie. I said it, Michael. You want me to say it again? I'll spell it.
He's making up words now.
Cliche.
Buddy, I'm sorry. Earlier I said a comment that was inappropriate. Could you remove that, please?
Which one? Whisper it to me.
The one where I used a...
I used the what?
I didn't even hear you call him that. I'm gonna have to search through the video
I
and figure out.
It was when I coughed.
Oh, I just thought you were coughing. I didn't think you were calling him a bad
It's probably
word.
when I was mentioning the first Iron Man.
I'll have to censor it.
It was in this episode, if that helps.
Okay, I'll censor it.
Thank you.
Along with all the rest of your dialogue.
I haven't made any more comments that were bad.
You have been doing better this
Thank
episode.
you.
I am proud of you.
Thank
I had
you.
to scold you a bit, but we got there. That's what matters.
I've improved.
Avengers is higher up on my list. This is the first time we see a bunch of fun characters interacting for the first time. And I love origins. I love people meeting. I love them not knowing everything about each other. And I like them disagreeing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when people, like, click immediately and they're just the perfect team. I like struggle.
They all hated each other. It was great.
Yeah, and I remember the first time watching this movie and I really liked it. So, nostalgia reasons, I feel like it's also higher on my list. But, you know, I put other movies before it too, so I'm not going to judge you too hard on that one.
I don't care.
The next one on mine is Captain America.
The first one?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty high.
Yeah, I loved this origin story. I loved it more than most origin stories, actually. I don't know. I just like World War II stuff. I think that's so cool, and I love what they did with his original comic costume and explaining things.
In my opinion, his costume from the first Avenger is better than his costume in the Avengers.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It was just too bright.
I agree. Yeah, I think
blue.
they
It's
did that on
fabric.
purpose, but they need to tone it back a little bit.
It looks like a pajamas.
It looks really fuzzy.
Exactly. It did look like pajamas. But like it didn't bother me too much.
Winter Soldier, I think, is his best
Winter
one.
Soldier, they darkened it, which I liked. It like okay, now his costume looks realistic. It doesn't look like
That's why it's the best Captain America.
the veteran in blue pajamas. But yeah, I liked that origin story. It was nice. It was basic, but sometimes basic is good.
Yeah.
What's your next one?
My next one is... And we are moving on to the slept-on tier, where... Oh, actually, no, Winter Soldier's next.
All
for
your
me.
tiers are bad. Just slept on it, didn't care, didn't watch it, didn't make the list.
Slept on
And then God tier.
Slept on is a slang term for a movie that is really good, but a lot of people don't understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you slept through these movies.
I don't think I've mentioned Winter Soldier yet. Have
Is that
I?
your next one on
I
the
believe
list?
so, yes.
Okay. I don't
So
think you
in
have.
Winter Soldier, I actually really like a large portion of it. I really like the stuff with the director and with Nick Fury. The one thing I didn't like is how he should have died in the movie.
I like that he didn't die.
He had a little highlighter he used to escape the burning car wreckage.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, if I had a burning highlighter, I'd use it to
Well,
escape
you gotta
the
think,
call.
like, he has, like, access to, like, the most advanced technology on Earth. And alien technology.
and that was the only movie I liked Bucky in. I thought it was really cool.
I liked it when he gets more out of his serious tone.
Shape. Oh.
And Falcon was cool, I guess.
Yeah. He was a character.
He was there. He was in the movie.
Alright, that's all I have to say, buddy.
On your left.
All right. So I think this is a little bit more like, I guess, my B tier is what we're kind of getting into
Yeah.
now. My next one is gonna be Doctor Strange, the first one.
Good movie.
So good.
I like the first one. The second one is awful, but the first one, it was different than a lot of the other Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually felt like it, oh, okay, this isn't just your generic run-of-the-mill MCU movie. It had no other connections to anything else. It was just its own thing.
Yeah, I liked that.
They let Scott Derrickson do his thing, and it was a good movie. Plus, Mordo's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like how cocky he was at the beginning, and then you see his mental breakdown of everything being stripped away from him.
Yeah.
And he's so aggravated that he purposely pushes away his relationships and everything else that he had going for him.
Because he
Just
had
because he
money, yeah.
Just because he was so upset. his profession was his life. So his life was gone. He couldn't do anything anymore with his hands. And, you know, that led him down the journey, and I like that origin story. I think that made it to my A list. So,
yeah.
Raisin, what's your next one?
Avengers 2.
Okay.
What is wrong with you?
He wasn't held. We've been over this.
Why is
Yours was the last one on your list.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It's not-
It's repulsive.
How do you have this one better than the first one?
It was so bad that they got rid of Josh Whedon from every Avengers movie after
They
that.
fired him so hard.
I liked it better than the first one.
They fired him after the second?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
He was really weird on set.
Really? What did he do?
He was like really creepy, and he kept saying, we have to, like, I don't know how to describe it. He would like make the women actors film like over-sexualized scenes, and he would include really disturbing, like cringy dialogue. Like one example of this is in the Justice League, that version that Josh Whedon made. He has a whole scene where Flash falls on Wonder Woman's boobs.
Oh, yeah.
So, it sounds like this guy watches a lot of harem anime.
He
Like,
was-
oh, I'm so sorry. Accidentally touches something appropriate. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Nosebleed.
Whoops. Yep, nosebleed.
I really like James Spader as Ultron.
Yeah, he did a great job.
I love Wanda a lot.
I used to.
I didn't like Wanda in that movie.
I still love her.
I liked her more as we got to know her, but I wasn't too impressed in Age
I
of
love her
Ultron.
too. I don't care about the Black Widow Hulk romance thing. I just trapped that out.
I feel like they only did that because they know this is going to be a big movie, and every big movie has a romance scene.
Yeah, I don't care about
I
that.
feel like that was a little
If
forced.
he pretends all the bad stuff didn't happen, it's an actual good movie.
Yeah,
Oh gosh.
because a lot of the good outweighs the bad. There's a lot more good than bad.
I agree. I liked every fight scene in that movie.
Yeah,
There wasn't one fight scene I was like, I'm kind of getting tired of this.
I really like the one on Sokovia where they're trying to protect the little core thing from dropping the whole world on the world.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then they did. That was fun.
So they failed. Next movie.
Well, they abandoned ship. They evacuated.
Why does Nick Fury have a helicarrier?
Why not?
Because he shouldn't have it.
Why shouldn't he?
Why didn't Thanos have the Thanos chopper? He should have had it.
Nick Fury it's supposed to be like on the run in hiding. He should not have any of these connections that he has.
He's got Maria Hill.
Bro, what do you think his job occupation is? Do you think he works at like Starbucks or something?
He might. He works at
higher
Baskin
up.
Robbins.
He is higher up than the
He's
CIA.
the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Shield is a fake company.
He has access to alien technology. This is like
Shield-
the most he has connections to everything. That's his character. The laws of the world do not apply to him because he has put himself in such a high position,
Gravity
hiding
does not
away
affect
from the world.
Fury. Okay.
Oh, one fun fact is in Winter Soldier, Nick Fury's gravestone has a Bible verse on it, and that Bible verse is the same Bible verse that, not the same one, because the one in Pulp Fiction doesn't exist, but it's a reference to the Bible verse his character quoted in Pulp Fiction.
What was it?
It was a verse in Ezekiel.
You're gonna say he quoted it. You're gonna say there's a verse where it was quoting another verse and not tell me what it is?
Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
No, I haven't.
Say what again?
Yes, that scene. Jason's seen it.
That's the verse?
No, he's like, say what? One more. Lot of language, but the verse is. Let me find the verse for you. I'll read it right
dare
now.
ya. I double dare ya.
I do remember that scene, but I don't remember that applying to a Bible verse.
Anyway, the verse he quoted in Pulp Fiction was the same verse he put on the tombstone in Winter Soldier. Anyway, that's it.
I didn't know that.
I'm glad I know that.
Glad you know that too.
My life is better.
I gotta figure out what that verse is. Because I'm actually pretty interested.
But yeah, Avengers 2, man movie. C tier, B tier, whatever one it was.
We're on B tier.
Okay.
For number 17, I have Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Cool.
No one gonna correct me on that?
Man, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I can't.
I don't care enough about Ron Paul.
I just thought it was a good origin movie. Great villain, probably the best villain in any Marvel movie.
Agree.
What?
Now he's just saying stuff.
Well, he becomes MODOK. And since you haven't seen Ant-Man 3, you don't know how good of a villain MODOK is.
MODOK's not a good villain.
He is. He was great.
MODOK.
MODOK is best villain.
You know, they just say things. Honestly, they're both getting punched.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna go ahead and go next. I forgot this one. It was a few movies ago, actually. Actually, no. This is my next one. Yeah, I'm reevaluating my list. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is my next one.
I liked Shang-Chi.
I really liked it. I really liked his father, that relationship he had with his father, and how it was such a
How
beautiful...
his father forced him to kill people.
Such
Best
a beautiful,
It was a beautiful
moment.
father-son relationship.
Beautiful family film.
Wish I had good of a family.
It was such a good movie. I enjoyed it. And
I
it was
love how my
I
dad
did
conquered numerous lands and people.
I did really
with
like
his
that
jewelry.
movie.
his magical jewelry was a really cool concept.
The thing I liked most about that movie is he doesn't have any powers the entire movie. Everything is a real threat. Getting stabbed is a real threat.
Right,
but
he's
he
just
is
a good
so
fighter.
he is so well trained, and like he's doing all these like amazing stunts.
I love Shang-Chi.
Like the train scene at the beginning, like that was
First of all,
freaking awesome.
bus.
Bus, yes, bus.
It was good.
Did it?
Bus
Wasn't it
it.
on a railway system though?
No, it was on
It
a
wasn't.
road.
It wasn't like in New York or something.
No, it was in San Fran.
Okay.
I think.
Well, I love the movie for that reason, and like his original comics were inspired by
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, which is just a regular fighter, but people view him because he's so good at it.
I thought it was Bruce Lee.
No,
No, it was Jackie Chan.
idiot.
I'm gonna hurt him.
Well, now you're making me feel like it's not. I don't know. We can look it up
Where's
later.
Jackie Chan?
What's your next one, Zach?
Oh, my next one's gonna be Black Panther. The first one, 'cause I
Okay.
haven't seen the second one. I like the first Black Panther.
But
Huh?
but
But? No, there is no but.
Mike,
I
stop
like
with
the
that
movie.
talk.
Sorry.
I just like that it actually has, unlike other Marvel movies, it actually has a villain with a purpose. Because a lot of the other Marvel movies, it was just like, oh, they're just doing it for money or something that they just kind of made up along the way because they had to have a villain. This guy, you actually kind of felt bad for him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he's convinced his whole life that his uncle killed his dad so he would never, be a part of his people.
Yeah. So it makes sense for him to get so spiteful and hateful.
Yeah, like he hates T'Challa because he thinks that his dad is evil.
Plus, he
Basically.
had to grow up in America too. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Grew up in the slums of Chicago.
That's the worst place to grow up as a kid.
Yeah. So, and plus, I mean, it's Chadwick Boseman. What is there not to like about Chadwick
Yeah,
Boseman?
such a good
He's
actor.
not living.
Uh,
That's the one thing they're not like.
I feel like some things could be phrased so much better than they are.
I don't like that he's not living.
Okay.
Drew?
Me!
You? I'm sorry.
yeah, you lost your turn.
The first Ant-Man.
Okay.
I mean, it was a funny movie. It was good. Good little origin.
We had the same slot for
Ant-Man.
number 17.
I know, it was crazy.
We agree on a bunch of these.
We do. Look at this go.
It's because it's popular opinion.
It's just not.
We're not popular opinion.
It's what he
Look at the
goes by.
reviews of Ant-Man. Most people would not agree with us.
Look at the views on the Dark World, and we're gonna see what that is on my list. Because I'll tell you what, I haven't mentioned it. Yeah, Ant-Man, thought it was really good. It was okay. I won't say really good. It was okay. It was good. Yep.
That was a very vague description, but I'll move on to my next one. then.
I love the bathtub scene.
Oh yeah,
Best part.
That was my favorite part as well.
What's his name? Lewis.
Yeah,
Lewis.
He's the
Yoda?
best part of the
Mr.
movie.
Yoda. I love him.
I hate that he wasn't in the third one
From
actually.
the sky, from the sky, from the sky, from the sky, from the sky.
Yeah, he should have been in that one.
I mean,
Yeah, I miss him.
wouldn't it have been great if he got sucked down with everybody?
I would have loved that.
I would have loved that too. That would have probably put it even higher on my list.
What if he was Kang?
Oh my god.
Make him
Lewis
Kang.
is a Kang variant. For the next one on my list, number 16 is Civil War. I'm surprised this movie made it as high as it did. When everybody saw it, I felt like I had the least what's a good word for it? The least positive reaction watching it. I remember you and Tiny talking about how amazing it was, and I'm kind of like, I mean, it's all right. It's not exactly what I expected it to be. But regardless of that, I loved seeing all the characters. I liked seeing Vision and Wanda more. We finally got Spider-Man in the universe, which, yeah, I feel like it was rushed, but it was so refreshing to see that he actually got to be in an MCU movie. Because it's like, I hated that they couldn't put him in it for so long. Just because, like, Sony was so greedy and wants to keep the copyrights. And they just could not get along. And I kind of agree with you, Mike. There should have been more lighting.
Sorry. Heck yeah.
Frick yeah!
Like, a lot of the scenes were just, I want to say darker, but I'm not talking about, like, darker as in, oh, it's just bad. I mean, like, darker as visually.
Yeah, I get you.
I don't know. It's weird. It's like you have this huge cast of colorful characters, but this dark underlying tone. I don't know. But I also really liked Zemo.
Zemo's cool. Yeah.
And he comes back later, and I can't wait to see him in
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts, yeah. I feel like that's going to be an awesome movie. And I like seeing him in...
Falcon Winter Soldier?
Yes. Sorry, there's too many words
The
going on in my
club
mind
scene.
right now.
Of Zemo dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Just play that on loop forever.
That's the only good scene from that whole show.
Well, you know, they censored it because there was a show, there was a scene in that show where a man was stabbed, like a pole stabbed to a boxcar. They edited it to where the pole just bounces off of him now.
I feel like that's less
Bounces off
realistic.
the man?
Yeah, it bounces off the guy. Throw the pole at him, it bounces off. Anyway, my next one is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Okay.
I like it. I like the development in his character. It shows him not having to rely on Tony. It shows him moving on and starting to become his own character.
And now he's texting. Is that your wife?
Calm down,
Yeah.
little squirrel.
My wife says I have to leave, guys.
She does not say that. She just asked me where I was.
Do you not tell her?
She said she asked me if I was home already, and I said no, lol, come here.
No, lol.
Anyway, I really enjoyed the hallucination scene with Mysterio and the special effects, and I
That
thought it
was
was
cool,
great
yeah.
character development for him, and I felt like he actually grew as a character. It was really good. I liked it.
The ending was such a oh my god moment too.
Mm-hmm. That ending, and then when J.K. Simmons came back,
Yeah!
oh man,
Yeah, that got me hyped too.
Yeah.
I loved seeing him. What about you, Zach? Now that he's back to texting.
So my this will be my last B tier
Okay.
film, Civil War. So I think we finally
Yep,
agree
we
on
agree
some-
on-
we
yep.
finally agree on something.
I didn't think it would happen, but we did.
We finally did.
Progress.
Christmas Miracle. So okay, so I think Civil War is decent enough. I like that Spider-Man was in it. Zemo was good. Iron Man was definitely right. I hated how much Captain America defended Bucky.
Well, that's the only thing he has left from his
I
past.
just
he should have turned Bucky
He had
in.
Peggy!
Should have turned Bucky in.
Oh, wait, no, she died. in the
Peggy's
movie.
dead, yeah.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
She died at the very beginning.
it's like Peggy's dead, so he's now going for Sharon, the niece.
Well,
Like
they
I
didn't
think
really hook up, though.
That he tried.
Well, he
yeah,
he tried in the
shot
second
his
one.
shot.
He tried in the
Like
second one first.
there's just something odd about that. Like Captain America is kind of a sleazebag in that movie. But we also get Black Panther the first time too.
That's true, and that,
That
was
was-
the best version of Black Panther.
Yeah,
That was
best
really
Black
cool
Panther.
to see, yeah.
True.
Hi, I'm Clint. I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't.
It's like that thing from Star Wars, from that old movie.
Yeah. Which I don't think a kid would actually say that. Every kid knows what Star Wars is.
Yeah, but it's just funny.
Yeah, and that's what they were going for. Do you agree that Spider-Man felt a little rushed?
Yeah, well, he
Being
wasn't
pushed that
originally
movie.
supposed to be in that movie.
That was like a
Exactly,
last
and then
yeah.
halfway through production, they were like, Spider-Man,
We got the rights!
quick, hurry up, cast this toddler.
I felt like that was definitely pushed. That's my only big complaint from that movie, but everything else I kind of agree with you on. Raisin, what's your next movie?
Talking about Christmas miracles, mine is also Civil War.
Whoa! We all agreed except Mike.
Would you believe it?
I could believe that.
So yeah,
How crazy is that?
it was like a decent movie. It felt more so like a mini Avengers movie, if anything.
Yeah,
Avengers 2.5.
Pretty
yeah,
much.
like
It
a
was
side
not a Captain
Avengers
America movie.
Yeah, like I agree with that. Like, yeah, it was cool seeing all these characters be in the same movie in one place, one time. I thought them just completely beating the crap out of each other was just over the top. I'm like, maybe we can just sit down.
Yeah, I feel like things could be talked out.
Let's have a sit down. Let's go to Starbucks. Let's get some shawarma. You know?
I mean, they defended the world like multiple times at this point.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like if any of us got into this conversation, I feel like we would have just talked.
Oh, I would totally be wailing on you guys
I
every day.
Sign the treaty.
No.
Pretty much. But, the whole Spider-Man being rushed thing, I never thought about that before, but now I get it.
Yeah.
But I also kind of get, like, why it was rushed. Because, like, oh, Sony's gonna change their mind.
And they did.
They tried.
They tried so hard, but it didn't matter.
They really did.
They got so far.
But it was also cool just to see Spider-Man in the MCU now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just this, probably, if not the most popular superhero being in the MCU.
Yeah.
That was cool. Again, Iron Man, yes, indeed, was correct. I will stand on that, as we all do. Hopefully. Bucky killing Tony's parents screwed with my heart a little bit.
Yeah. Especially seeing his reaction to it.
Yeah, it made me, like, love Iron Man even more. Because, like, Captain America was all like, he's my friend,
Just
Tony.
chill, Tony.
He was like, he's my friend, Tony. And, like, he's like, I don't care. He killed my mom.
He was like, I thought you were my friend.
Yo, he's like,
Like,
so
Yes,
was I.
that's the
was,
thing that
that
just-
was so emotional.
Like, that just destroyed Iron Man because Tony was just like, I thought I was your friend. Like,
Yeah, he was
huh?
like,
We're
so
not
was
friends? Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it was a good movie. Good movie.
I like
Big
emotional
movie.
bits like that.
Big emotional.
For my 15, I put Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Whoa, pretty high up there.
Just because it was so funny.
It's pretty funny.
I like the school of him. No, I misspoke. I like the scene of him running in the school so much as like this like half child hybrid. And I like the part where he's like he goes big and he comes up out of the water to get that suitcase from the guy on the ship.
Oh,
And everybody's
yeah.
just like, what the heck is going on? And that's the first time he grew that big, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like,
Civil War.
Oh, yes, it was.
Well, that was I think the biggest he's been.
yeah, it was way bigger than Civil War. But yeah, funny movie. I think I talked about that plenty already. I just really liked it.
Michael, get to your list.
Is it my turn again?
Yep.
Wow, okay, so my next one is...
Wow, would you believe it?
You have to stop looking at Google Images.
The original Thor.
Wow, this is a
Oh, high
lot.
up there.
This is a lot higher up
I
than I
love
thought
the
it'd be.
first Thor. It's very Shakespearean. It's very poetic. And- Thor's an actual hero. He's a character. He's like, hey, robot, stop hurting these people. And then he gets his powers back. It's so cool.
That's how it went.
Could you imagine if that's how it really happened?
Hey,
Hey, you!
Stop that.
You need to stop.
You need to stop that now.
Hey, you guys. I liked it. I really liked it. I liked the whole, Odin adopted Loki, but Loki, you're still my son. And then he's like, Father, I did it for you.
What the hell?
I don't know. It was nice. I liked it.
It was good too.
And then Odin was all, no, Loki. And then Loki's like, okay, drop.
Zach, what's your next one?
All right, Michael, you and me are about to agree. The first film in my A tier, first Thor.
It's a good movie.
Wow.
It's a good film.
Okay, so
I
Right up
love
there.
that movie.
It's so good.
Like, first off, another. It's just out of touch. I love that. That's best version of Thor,
yeah, I
where
did
he
like
could
that.
be serious when he needs to be, but a goofball when he also needs to be. A goofball.
Where he has no idea what's going
It
on.
made sense in that setting because he doesn't know anything about that
He
world.
wasn't being a goofball.
Yeah.
He was being
That's just how they do it there.
serious.
Yeah, like to him that's normal, and everybody's looking at him like, dude, what is wrong with you?
I did really like that origin.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, then.
Sometimes it's hard to know when to
It's
move on to the next one.
the first appearance of Hawkeye.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for
Oh,
like
yeah.
5 minutes. Yeah, I forgot
That was
about
kinda
that.
cool.
Anyways. My next one. Ant-Man 3.
Bro, me and you were so close.
I know. Yeah, Ant-Man 3. It was like a great
introduction to Kang.
Yes, he was so threatening in that movie.
I mean, threatened to kill Scott's daughter in front of him and make him relive that over and over and over and over and over again for the rest of time. That was cool.
Yeah, that was very dark.
I love Jonathan Majors as Kang.
Did such a good job.
Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer, they were just in there. Pfeiffer, sorry.
They were there. They did some things.
They were there.
Michelle Piper?
So, packed up.
Pickles?
Pick up Piper.
Yeah. I mean, they were there. They were doing stuff. The ending where they just reopened the portal to go back home.
I felt like that was rushed and didn't make sense.
I'm like, I would prefer that if they stayed in the quantum.
Yeah, I wanted to see what would happen.
The Council of the Kangs.
Ooh.
That's the reason they brought him back. It's like the director knew what he wanted to happen at the very end, to leave them there in the quantum realm, but then someone was like, hey, you actually need them for the next movie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, put him back in the real world then.
Mm-hmm.
We're,
it kind of makes
we're not
sense.
doing reshoots.
It kind of made sense because Cassie was back in the place where they opened the portal.
Yeah, I guess she
originally.
could have found a
So
way
I'm
to
like,
do it.
fine, whatever. But I also thought something was going to happen with the way Scott was narrating things. He goes, well, we did beat him, right?
Yeah.
Like, we saved everyone, right?
I want to say that version of Kang doesn't come back, and that was just kind of an introduction to understanding what a Kang
I mean,
is.
that was Kang the Conqueror.
What
Is a Kang.
What is
How
Kang?
does Kang?
But, like, that movie almost
Why
implied
is
that he's going to
Kang?
come back, even though I don't know how he would.
Oh my god. You know what's gonna happen? You know, in the next Avengers movie, since it's being written by the guy who did Rick and Morty, it's going to have him go Kangum style.
Oh my god.
Kangum style. Whoa, whoa.
Zach, have you seen Quantum Realm? Or Quantumania?
I've seen a few clips from it, but I haven't seen the whole thing.
I think you should watch the whole thing as well.
And also, MODOK was pretty great. I love
Me and
MODOK.
George Lopez.
No, MODOK.
There's a lot of scenes that just, like, keep you laughing, and then there's a lot of scenes where it's like, oh my god,
MODOK
that's
was just
dark.
so funny to look at.
And Hank Pym actually has a really cool moment.
Does he?
He does.
Wow.
At the very end, for the
I wasn't
end battle.
expecting that.
Well, he kind of saves the day in the end battle. Like, I can spoil it for you.
Yeah,
if you
spoil
want.
it for me.
So, the way that time works down there, all his ants, like, kind of evolve to become super intelligent. And right when they're losing, Hank Pym has been, like, communicating with these ants and actually basically forced them to attack Kang while he was at his highest point.
These ants have lasers
Oh,
and
laser ants.
guns.
And, like, Kang is, like, super upset because he's getting attacked by ants, which are inferior to him. And, like, he kept, like, trying to make fun of them. But, like, Hank, like, it's a really cool scene. Like, you need to watch it for yourself.
I'll
I can't
watch it at some point.
I can't explain it. You
They
need to watch
drag
the whole
him
movie.
away, and I'm like,
Because I
oh my
actually think you
God.
would like this movie. I know you would rank it higher than the other two Ant-Man movies.
I'll have to see it.
That doesn't take much.
I know you don't like the... He doesn't like them because they're kind of, like, funny and boring. But this one's really serious in some parts.
You like serious stuff.
I do.
And that was my number 14. That's the last one on my B tier. A lot higher than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I agree with a lot of the things you said, Raisin.
My next one is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ah, the first one?
The first one.
Okay. Wow, so you like the other two better than this one?
Yes.
Wow. Tell us why.
Well, I like the first one a lot, and I just like the other two better.
Every time...
He's so insightful.
the last, like, 3 movies that you said you liked, you only say, I liked them? I liked them? Yes, that's about it.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
It's not for you.
Oh.
Who is this for?
We're at an hour 25.
Wow.
I think we can get through it.
Rapid fire. Rapido.
I think we can get through the last 3 movies. We're on 13.
Save
So
the top
I-
10 for last.
Yeah, we'll make it top 10.
Okay.
So was that it? You just liked it?
I really enjoyed the
like
the
it
introduction of the characters.
Yes.
I really enjoyed the music. And Yondu was great. I know. I really just liked it. I have no complaints.
Okay. Well, Zach, what do you think? What's your next?
So my next one on my A tier list, number 2, and I'm waiting for the groans now. The Incredible Hulk.
Nope, such a good movie.
So
good.
Love that movie.
It's an
don't
amazing
even-
movie.
I don't even count it.
So much.
So good.
A tier. That movie, one of the best final fights of any MCU movie you will ever
You're
see.
saying the final fight just carries that movie?
That final fight carries that movie.
It's such a good final
the
fight.
Hulk using cars as punchers.
He
Like,
breaks a car and uses his cars as like boxing gloves.
yeah, like boxing gloves. Yeah, like what? You would never see the Hulk do that in any other MCU movie.
Hulk was actually a serious
Well, yeah,
threat
because it was
in this
his movie.
movie.
And Abomination
Oh yeah.
looked actually terrifying.
And then he got ruined in She-Hulk.
I just don't count it as
She-Hulk
it.
was peak cinema.
I'm sure it's a good movie. I just don't count it as an MCU
Have
movie.
you seen She-Hulk?
No, I refuse to watch it.
Abomination is canon. It's been confirmed.
I know, but he doesn't even look like he did in that movie, which only proves my point that it shouldn't be canon.
I know it's canon.
Everyone's a different character.
I know it's canon because General Ross is in there. The
Yeah.
end credit scene, it had Tony in it.
It has all of the people in it.
The Incredible Hulk is the
All
Tobey
the people.
Maguire of the MCU. It just doesn't. He is not in the MCU.
What an insult!
Wow.
That just means it's peak cinema. We're
That's
talking about
true.
Tobey Maguire.
No, that's actually an
Give
insult.
me a Hulk.
I'm gonna
strutting
throw
down the
some
street.
dirt in your eye. Okay.
What? I'm gonna put some car in your eye. I was hoping someone would giggle because he had the boxing gloves as cars, and that was the coolest moment.
That carried the movie.
That carried the whole
It
movie.
carried the whole movie.
I just, like I said, I don't see it as MCU.
See, if I would have seen the movie, I feel like I would have been more offended, but I just don't care about the movie enough to see it.
Oh, and Captain America's in that movie.
It's true. Bet you didn't know that.
There's
I
a
didn't.
scene where they're in like Antarctica or something like that, and if you look, you could see Cap's shield frozen in like a wall.
I feel like it's a post-edit.
It's an Easter egg.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a post-edit. You know how
I don't
they,
feel like we need the Easter egg. I feel
you know how they went back in the old Star Wars movies and they started adding like CGI instead of the Muppets. I feel like they did that for Incredible.
Remember when Jabba the Hutt became an alien instead of a human?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Originally was a
he
human,
was
yeah.
supposed to be a human originally.
He's just big fat guy, and then they just went me wanna wanga.
Remember when that stormtrooper hit his head on the door?
Yeah.
Hinge.
Remember when Han shot first?
Han did shoot first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a murderer, and they changed it.
I don't get that reference.
Well, okay, I'll tell you. It's a really quick scene, but when you're first introduced to Han, he's arguing with this guy, Greedo, in a bar.
Guido.
And they make a disagreement.
Greedo. He's not Italian. Like what do you?
It's Guido.
It's Greedo.
Anyways, they have a disagreement in the bar, and Han shoots him first, but that kind of makes him look bad. So later on in the movies, they change that whole scene to where Greedo's about to shoot first.
No, he actually does shoot first and misses him. Because you see
Okay,
a
so
bullet
that's
hit
what
the
I'm not
wall.
sure how he misses right in front of him.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Harrison Ford said Han shot first.
And
That's the only canon we need.
Harrison Ford, who hates every movie he's ever been in.
Except Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he doesn't hate Indiana Jones because he's the main character.
Yeah.
I never saw the first 3 episodes of Star Wars, so
I haven't either.
Yes, you have. Well, no.
Not all the way through.
You saw... Raisin, you saw episode 5 and 6?
well, they suck, so I didn't care about them. Don't like them. Anyway,
Dang.
Anyways.
Alright.
You know how to piss people off.
yeah, Star Wars is awful.
Oh, jeez.
It's
Um,
really not that good.
The best one's Revenge of the Sith.
The best one is
Force
Rogue One.
Awakens.
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Rogue One is very good.
It's the best one.
It's really good.
What the-
I love Rogue
I
One.
did
So
not
good.
like Rogue One. It just felt boring to me.
That the whole scene.
The whole. So beautiful.
That's another movie where the ending makes up for the whole movie.
And they all,
The one scene. That
Yeah.
movie was too long to be
The
redeemed
last
by one
20
scene.
minutes.
It's worth it
It's
though.
worth it. It's
The
like a
last
build-up.
Yeah.
It's like a build-up.
It's not.
It's
worth
like the
it.
foreplay. It's a build-up.
Imagine
What'd you
if you
say?
will. Imagine if you will. A full
Force
movie.
play.
Force play.
A full movie where it's nothing but the end scene carried out through the whole movie.
Would you
Imagine a good movie.
Would
and
you
just-
pay $15 to go to a movie theater?
Yes.
to
Yes.
watch the last 20 minutes
Yes.
of that?
Yes.
So good.
Dude, it wasn't even 20 minutes. It's like
I'm sorry.
5 minutes.
I didn't know that part was gonna happen, and that's what made it good.
That's
So
what
good.
happens in most movies.
I agree with Raisin. Revenge of Seth is best.
anyway,
So much emotion, so much torture and death. I love it.
Rapido.
Is it my turn?
Yes, Rapido.
We're on number.
That means fast.
We're on number 14.
Iron Man 3.
Hey, there it is.
Iron Man 3, the best of the Iron Mans.
What?
The only one that should matter. I really enjoyed it. I watched this movie many times. More than the first two Iron Mans put together.
Certain people shouldn't have the right of free speech.
And
Dang.
you're one of them. So, I really enjoyed it. I did like all the Iron Mans coming together.
We're all in this together.
Coming together, fighting everything, and then them blowing up. That was cool. It just really enhanced my love for Iron Man as a character.
He did have a lot of development in that movie.
He did. And I loved it. And it's the best one of the three. Okay, Drew, go.
Okay. For number 13, I put Ragnarok. I actually really like this movie.
You
I'm
can
sorry.
Be wrong. It's okay.
You could be wrong. It's okay. I really just disagree with you on everything that you've mentioned so far. This was the best version of Hulk in all time.
No, it was the absolute worst.
Well, he doesn't agree with Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
That's being a thing. So then that would be the best version of Hulk.
Incredible Hulk is Tobey Maguire of MCU.
Tobey Maguire's a positive thing.
Yeah, it's not a
He's
bad
absolutely
thing.
not. He just looks like a youth pastor.
How'd that get there?
Howard, do you still have 13? I only have 11 left.
Because you didn't watch 2 movies, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Idiot.
You stupid dum-dum.
Yeah, Ragnarok was funny. It wasn't too funny to where it ruined the entire movie. I liked how Loki got along with Thor and still tried to betray him. And Thor was finally caught on and was like, sorry, not this time. Yeah, and it was a different take on Thor, and I feel like it's the best of the Thor series. All right, Mike, you're next.
Number 11. So this will be the last one for me, because I only have 10 more after this. It's going to be The Incredible Hulk. One of the best films
So
in the
good.
MCU.
So good.
I'm glad me and you didn't even put it on the list. We both started off with
Technically,
31.
it is on my list.
Oh yeah, I didn't
It was
even put it.
number 32.
I didn't even put it on my list.
It
I
is
started with
so
number 31.
Good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's so good. Edward Norton is the best Hulk.
Edward Norton.
Funny how he didn't come back.
He didn't come back because they wanted to control the character, and he did not want them to control the character.
It's not his character. He didn't invent Hulk. He's an actor.
He
Yes.
reinvented Hulk.
He did. He made Hulk so... I don't know if
No. He was directed to play the Hulk. Okay? He did not create the Hulk in any aspect whatsoever. He was told to play the character. He did it well. And when they wanted him to do it better, he said no.
Because you can't play it better.
It was played perfectly.
And they got Mark Buffalo.
he-
Okay, you think it's going to be any
He
better?
played it to the best of his ability.
And let me tell you something
And
else.
it wasn't enough.
Captain America New World Order, it has been confirmed
Oh,
that the
boy.
leader is going to be in that movie.
Yeah,
Following up the tease at the end of The Incredible Hulk.
played by the same guy.
Who the heck is the
Let me tell
leader?
you, I do
If you
not
saw
count.
the
The
Incredible
leader
Hulk,
of what?
That's his name, the leader.
The leader of what?
He's
What
just
is
the
it-
leader.
What is he leading?
the New World Order.
Bad character writing.
No, it's the
you're not-
best. It's the best of the MCU.
You're not going to get that movie when it comes out because you haven't seen Incredible Hulk.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. River.
No, they know everybody didn't see Incredible Hulk, so they're gonna give some context. God, Incredible Hulk's so old. That came out in what, like
2008, it was the second one. It's
That
the
was
only
so
one.
old.
It was like, for years, it was the only one I didn't see in
I remember
theaters.
seeing that in the family video. That's how old that movie is.
It's so good. And when he says Hulk smash, oh, my heart.
Oh my heart!
And that Hulk actually looks menacing
But Captain
compared to the
America
other
said it.
ones.
Captain America was the first to say that.
No, Hulk was.
No, I didn't see it. Didn't happen.
No, that was off screen. Zach, your next movie.
It's off screen.
Oh boy. Okay, so which one are we on now?
I think this will be your last one, too.
Yeah, first Captain America.
God.
Okay, this made it really high up then.
That movie.
Unnecessarily.
What? Unnecessarily, sir.
You want me to say it again?
You are uncultured swine.
I,
is what you
I
are.
agree. I agree more with Zach. This is a pretty good movie. I like this
This
story.
is.
It is pretty good.
It's a very good movie.
I like
okay.
this story.
I'll fall asleep in it today. What?
Why?
Because it's spoiling.
Killing Nazis, you un-American commie.
That happened.
Do you have a
ran
problem
for
with,
Red Skull.
Do you have a problem with killing Nazis?
No,
Yeah.
I just don't do
What's
it.
wrong with killing Nazis?
I
It's
don't
killing
do it.
Do you know any Nazis?
No,
Then why would you kill people?
Are some of your best friends Nazis?
Michael.
I'm not a Nazi.
Then no.
I like how it kind of relates to accurate depictions.
I love watching Captain
'Cause-
Asthmatic. I feel like I am represented in cinema. Finally, the only thing I needed to do was go into a gas chamber. And it would solve all my problems.
It wasn't a gas chamber. It was a test
There
tube.
you go. I'll open
Whatever.
the door.
It's kind of
Same
similar.
difference.
I'll hold the door open.
But like Hitler was actually really invested in the supernatural. Like
true,
that's
yeah.
real. That's
Yeah.
that's how
He
things
had a
work.
whole occult
So
division.
it made sense
If
for
Hitler was
Hydra
in
to
Captain
exist.
America, it would
Yeah.
have been better.
Hellboy. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing.
Perlman.
Hell yeah.
Ron Paul.
Ron Perlman.
Ron Paul is
If
Hellboy.
Ron Paul was Captain America, I would have loved it.
I want him to be anything. At this
I need
point.
someone to come back and play old Steve Rogers. Some like really ancient person.
Like Ron Paul.
yeah.
Clint Eastwood.
Ooh. Ooh. Clint Eastwood is old Cap. Yeah.
I'm not happy. I'm feeling sad.
I don't think that Clint Eastwood sounds like that.
That's Clint
That's
Eastwood, the
fine.
song from Gorillaz. Have you never heard that song?
Why is there a song called Clint Eastwood?
Because it's about Clint Eastwood, you idiot.
So what number am I on?
We are on number 13.
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Hey, mine's pretty close to that.
Hey, I really loved Mysterio. I thought it was a great take on him. I mean, I love his character.
Take on me.
I agree. I did like Mysterio in that. At first, I was wondering, are they really going to do like something like a supernatural villain? That doesn't really happen in Spider-Man series, but I really like the way they depicted him in this one.
I really did too. I just love the whole concept of using like Tony's technology.
To look supernatural.
Yeah. Were you scared at first that they were gonna make Mysterio actually a multiverse hero person?
I mean, I didn't
I
really
didn't
care if they did or
No,
not.
I knew for a fact they wouldn't because he was
Yeah.
still posing as a hero at that time.
What's funny is when he said that, when he said he was like from like he said like the Earth he was on now was Earth 616. He was correct.
That is interesting that he pointed that out.
That is Earth 616 in
Yep.
the multiverse.
Mysterio's not dead either.
There's no way he's dead.
He could always come back because he's an illusionist. That's his whole thing. But it's kind of weird for him to be playing dead for this long. I mean, you got to think.
Maybe he just wanted to
Infinity
It's
War.
just like Loki.
He's starting the Sinister Six.
Nah, Morbius is doing that.
It's Morbin time.
Wait, is
It's
Morbius
Morbin
part of
time.
the MCU? Do we have to talk about Morbius? Because
No.
Morbius
No.
is clearly the S tier
S
top.
tier.
It's S
no,
tier.
no, it's M tier.
It's empty.
For Morbius tier.
It's Morbin time.
I need that to go back in theaters.
It did.
It did
No, I need it to go
by
back
popular
again.
demand, and no one saw it, and they lost so much money. Everyone joked about, "Hey, we're gonna go see it if you release it again," and they're like, "Oh, I guess
Oh,
I'll
bet.
release it again." And then no one did anything. And they're like, "Hey, do it again." Like, come on, we were all busy that weekend. Do it again. We'll see it. We'll see it next time.
I know it was funny as crap.
Next,
Yeah, Spider-Man: Far From Home. Good movie.
next one I have is Homecoming, and then the one directly after that is Far From Home because I thought Far From Home was better, and I did like I almost said Morbius.
Morbin time.
It's so good.
Help me with the villain. I forget
Mysterio.
names. Mysterio. My mind kept resetting to Morbius.
As it should.
But yeah, I liked the original. I liked Homecoming. It was a new take on Spider-Man. It actually felt like a kid with superpowers. So I thought that was a compliment towards the character. We didn't need a third version of Spider-Man just knowing how to do everything immediately. I like to see the struggle. I like seeing school life and trying to, you know... I also liked him wanting to do more, but he's so, like, stuck in this, like, low-tier hero syndrome. Like, he can't go do something big like Iron Man does. He doesn't have any major villains, and he still wants to help, so he, like, becomes your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
And then he does everything wrong.
Yeah, and, like, that was so funny. I'm like, yeah, to be fair, this is exactly what I would have done if I had Spider-Man powers at his age. Like, I totally would have tried to help people and just make everything worse.
We should
So-
do an episode where we rank the Stan Lee cameos.
Oh my god.
I know what I'm putting at the top.
My number one Stan Lee cameo is his appearance in the Spider-Man PS4 game.
Why?
We'll
Such
go
a
with that- we'll
such
go
a
with that
deep
route.
cut. Why such a deep cut?
I love that one. It's just like it was one of his last ones he ever did. And in the scene, Spider-Man and MJ are reconnecting at a restaurant, and then Stan Lee just happens to own the restaurant.
I do remember that
yeah,
scene.
that was one of my favorites. Yeah.
But yeah, those two are very close together, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say my last one, and then you can guys can say yours up to number 10. But my number 10 slot was Shang-Chi, just because for all the reasons already mentioned, with the cool action, the fighting scenes. He doesn't have any superpowers. He's just that pretty darn cool. I liked it a lot more than I thought it was because I didn't know much about that character. I loved the villain. I loved seeing Trevor again.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was amazing. So yeah, those are my top 3 for the last of this list.
Oh, you two are done, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Alright. So my number 12, it's here, boys. I'm so excited.
Uh-oh.
For the Dark World!
Hey!
Why not? Yeah. Tell us more.
I love that movie! I really did.
Was it the tripod scene?
Yeah.
they,
What tripod scene? What are you talking
they
Oh,
to,
yeah.
They had to place tripods to do something.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big point of the movie.
No, I honestly really enjoyed that movie. Just like Iron Man 3, I watched it loads and loads of times. I didn't really get the backlash on it. Like, really, the only problem was just Malekith for me.
Yeah.
Malekith was okay.
It's kind of there.
Yeah.
I didn't like Malekith, honestly.
It was like just all like the villains in like the older movies. Like, they were there.
I like most villains more than him. I think he's bottom tier for me.
Yeah, true. I mean, he's down there for me as well. But no, I just really enjoyed that movie. I really did.
I will say at the end battle scene with him, where all the Aether is moving around them. Seeing that the first time in theaters, I still remember how cool that was.
Mhm.
This is a really cool battle sequence.
Heck yeah, boy.
But yeah, it was all right.
Am I still going?
I'm done with my list
Okay.
because I was trying to speed run it.
And then, the last one, the 11th slot, is the first Doctor Strange.
Too low.
Hey, that's
I feel like that's appropriately.
I haven't even got to that one yet. Yeah,
It's
we
number
all
11.
liked that movie. We
It's-
all kind of agreed.
It's right before the top 10.
It's in my. I think it might be in my top 5.
It is in my top 10.
Well, it's not in mine.
It's close.
It barely squeaked, but no, Doctor Strange, the first Doctor Strange, it was a great take on the whole magic realm of the MCU. It was a great introduction to it. And his character development is really great as well. His whole thing, I've come to bargain. That was just a meme.
Yeah.
It is so funny.
I've come to
Come to bargain.
I liked how he pointed out, I have something you don't have, which is time. And, I don't know. I felt like that was such an OP moment.
Mm-hmm. Like, that was... Oh, yeah. It wasn't the first introduction to Infinity Stone. What am I saying? The fact that he had the power of the Infinity Stone and was using it. Really cool.
Yeah. It kind of makes me wish he always had the Infinity Stone on him. I felt like that was a part of him at that point.
It really was. And, of course, Wong, the best character of the MCU, Wong.
Can't go wrong with him.
Cannot. I really love
I
Wong.
loved how he was serious, but he still had funny moments.
I know.
Yeah.
He's like, try me, Beyonce.
Yeah.
I love that.
Did not react whatsoever.
And then he's listening to single ladies later on. in the
Oh, the
movie.
single ladies.
It was
Oh, the
great.
single ladies.
So yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
Don't we have one more? Or...
No, the next one's 10.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Then I guess we're done.
All right. Well, that was our mid Marvel tier list.
For the top 10, stay tuned.
Bye. Bye.